The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news.
It's what's trending now.
14 minutes after the top of the hour, what's trending brought to you by Capital One Venture Card. With Venture, you earn unlimited double miles you can actually use, not just on air travel. What's in your wallet? All right, you guys, man, with the election just 5 days away, many of us are experiencing some anxiety about the uncertain state of the nation. Reports show that dealing with the pandemic and racial division within the United States has more and more black people arming themselves with guns. Even people who had considered themselves anti-gun are buying weapons for the first time. So we want to hear from you guys. Have you changed your stance on gun ownership in 2020 and thinking about purchasing a gun for the first time? Or are you a gun owner who plans to purchase more? Call us right now, 866-9-RICKY, to let us know. What y'all think?
Well, I'm going to jump in first. As a
hop on in
person with a past, convicted, felony, thing like that, I'm gonna plead the fifth on what I'm working with within my domicile. But
that makes sense.
I will say this: I got several friends that have arsenals. I'm talking arsenals of weaponry. So yeah,
absolutely.
I think people are really taking this thing seriously.
Well, unlike Special K, I do not have a felonious past. So, yes, I do have guns, pistols. My brother's a gun sergeant, or was a gun sergeant in the Marines, so he definitely believes in safe carry. And my another one of my brothers who lives in South Central, who does not believe in guns at all, in the last year has purchased 3 guns to protect his family. So I'm definitely seeing a shift in the mentality of purchasing guns now than, 20, 30 years ago.
Well, kind of like Special K, I do have a felonious past as well myself, so I can't say that I own any guns or weapons, but I am a shooter. I have been to the gun range, and I do not
know that's right.
Mark. Come on now.
That's what I'm talking about.
Don't miss that mark.
Don't miss the mark.
I ain't saying what's here. I ain't saying what ain't.
Well, I'm going to say this.
If somebody got one laying around and I need to protect myself, then I know how to use it.
Me and Crystal heading to the gun. We going to the gun range next week. It's already on the books.
Man,
I will tell you that.
That's sad, but it's true.
Absolutely.
The smartest thing, though, one thing I've noticed really quick before we go to callers, it's about being responsible. So, Rickey takes his daughters and his kids to the shooting range, so you know how to properly work a gun, what gun works for you, how to clean it, what happens if it jams. Safety, all of that stuff. So owning a gun is not just it, but knowing how to use a gun in an emergency is what we need to gear up as black folks.
So the question is, are you thinking about purchasing a gun for the first time? Are you a gun owner who plans to purchase more? Or maybe you're strongly against guns, period. Call us right now, 866-9-RICKY, and let's talk. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news.
It's what's trending now.
So the what's trending question that we running around is, are you thinking about purchasing a gun for the first time? Are you a gun owner who plans to purchase more? Or maybe you're one of the people that are strongly against guns, period. Gary, what's your thoughts?
Oh, Lord, now my thing is, I have a gun. My dad, he collects guns, and when he died, my mama separated all the guns to all of my brothers and what have you. But I don't really particularly care for a gun to be around me, because like I was saying earlier, my thing is this: I am clinically diagnosed bipolar, so I know who I am and how I am, and I know sometimes I get depressed, and if you get depressed sometimes, and the thought can run in your little head sometimes, and I just don't like that gun around me. But now if I had to protect myself, yeah, but for the most part, if it's just being in my face all the time, no, I don't.
That's so responsible, though. Knowing yourself.
Yeah, I don't like. I'm not one of those people that feels a need to walk around strapped up, and I also never ever want to find myself in a situation where it's necessary. But I ain't, I'm not averse to doing it, if I'm doing what I got to do. Let's put it that way.
Right. We want to hear from you guys. Call us 866-9-RICKEY. Going to the phone lines. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Good morning.
Yeah, my thoughts on gun ownership. I think everybody needs to have one, especially in this racially motivated nation right now. I'd rather be caught with one without one than without one Well, when you deal with the police, it seems like these days, it doesn't matter if you have one or not. They're still going to shoot you. So
I have bought one, and I think that every nonviolent black adult needs to own one, just to protect ourselves. We don't know what to expect.
I do feel like people need to purchase gun. I have purchased one myself because, yes, I am afraid for my life at times. I live in Virginia. So, yes, I agree. Everybody needs a gun, especially women.
Being a young black gay woman in Louisiana, South Louisiana, I've known many people who've gotten guns within the last 3 months. My mother, who has always been someone who doesn't get guns, she has gotten her license and is now on 4 of them.
First, I couldn't have weapons, but now I can, being that I got my right back to possess one, and I am clearly utilizing that privilege here in Virginia.
I've always been for the Second Amendment, but I've never owned a gun. However, this year I've already applied for my gun permit, and I'm just waiting to do my fingerprint testing.
So I can say this year I have definitely changed my mind on gun ownership because just all the craziness that's going on in this world, and I just really don't want to be caught in a position where I cannot defend myself.
Y'all know, man, in the first 6 months of this year alone, more than 10 million firearm transactions were processed by in United States retailers. That's a record. More than 10 million firearm transactions processed.
But you know what else, Rob?
What's that?
All those guns. I think the statistic is it's only like a very single-digit percentage of the people in the country that own all those guns.
Really?
So most people own multiples of. I told you I got a couple of friends that have a literal arsenal of weaponry in their house.
Yeah, because it gets addictive. When you start buying one, you want different ones to do different things, and you start learning about them. It's just like
But the crazy thing is research still shows that black people are less likely to own guns than white people.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case no more.
Yeah.
Not
but
in
one
this
of my
last
fears is
few
it'll
months.
be my luck to use the damn gun, and I'm the one to go to jail, protecting myself. That's where I feel.
That's one of the things to be scared of. For real.
But my thing is, if you got to pull it out and use it, going to jail. That's the last consideration I'm thinking about is the legal ramification.
Yeah,
if I'm
but
in a
the thing is
situation where I
that
feel like I
nowadays,
gotta
if you
save
have
my
it
life,
with you and it's in your car, even if you are licensed, when you gonna tell them you got it, or when you gonna it's almost like you can't. They just gonna have to find it. Then when they find it, are they gonna be rude to you? They gonna throw you in the car and arrest you?
Well, it depends on what happens in the meantime. Look at what happened to Rick's daughter. Rick's daughter was literally in a car and just shots were being fired. You don't know where they were coming from. So it's one of those things where you might want to be ready when you need to be ready.
The scary thing is what I hope doesn't start happening around the world is you have citizens and police officers going at it in gunfights.
Are they doing that now?
I mean,
I don't think that's really going to be a reality, though. Honestly, I think there's some cops that have that mentality. I don't think it's a majority.
There it is, you guys. So you can go to RickySmileyMorningShow.com to continue the conversation on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.